Noita. We begin again. No, chat did not kill me in that last run. I died to a bog standard enemy, and it wasn't a summoned one either. You don't need to be a good painter to enjoy painting, for first thing. Second thing, if you use contrast paints, it makes it look like you're a good painter even if you're not. That Cleric Beast miniature I painted, I used 2 contrast paints and a wash, literally nothing else. That could be better. That's not... Well, actually, no, that could be okay. Wait, it's not there? Why am I not seeing the timer for predictions? Sorry, out-tabbed. It's not showing me the timer at all. I thought it was done. Yeah, I used some of the technical paint. So actually, yes, okay, fine. 2 contrasts, a wash, and the technical paint, which I think is what I said in the video that went live yesterday. Not sold on this one at all. A random always cast... Oh, what does that do? Always cast question mark? Even the game doesn't know what it does. Hey, come here, someone. There. Oh! It polymorphed him into Mafia Frog. Help, help. He's too powerful. It's polymorph fields. He's got a shield! I don't even know what... That's a version of me as a ghost. Oh my god, what is that? You're definitely gonna die. They're turning into like really difficult enemies. That turned into Baby Yoda! No. No, not to the one that's pixel. There. That wasn't a pixel one that got me, that was just a normal one. Hello, JC. I have many of the contrast paint line and I use them every single time. It's rare that I use any normal paint that isn't just silver or black. Who voted for one stuff? The enemy wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for the one thing. You're correct. So I guess... but I chose to spam it. Well, it's paid out either way. If you have any grievance with how it's been paid out, PM Valinar, never me. Anything with like texture built into the resin or / plastic or whatever, contrast works amazingly well. That's why that Cleric Beast ended up looking good. And the big T-Rex I painted as well. But remember when I had a PO box? The Overwatch days just seem like such a fever dream compared to now. It do be raining hissies. Harder tier ones that have more and a worm. Is that wand up there? It is. You stay over there. I still have everything I was sent to the PO box incidentally. Most of it is in the file effects. The Genji bot mouse pad is lost in a cupboard somewhere. Oil blood. You're immune to... You bleed flammable oil but are immune to fire. the only thing I lost from the PO box was the thing that got sent to the wrong one and was never found its way to me. Which sucked because it was a custom painted miniature and I really would have liked to see it. Yeah, I like doing the monthly updates as well. The reason I stopped is just because they'd all come across as depressing if I kept doing them with my channel dying. Well, that and obviously the Overwatch crowd was, well, not largely children, but largely immature people. So it was always a little bit disappointing when like random people that followed me for silly Overwatch videos would like go to a Let's Chat just to type like, oh, your hair looks dumb, or oh, you're fat. Like not even putting any effort into the insults. It's like, you're subscribed to my videos. I know you are because there's an icon that tells me you are. And yet you choose to spend your time pointlessly insulting my appearance? Why would you waste your time? You only have a certain amount of time and you choose to waste it in such a dumb fashion. What? Fungal creature spawn. Oh, nice. Uh-oh. I didn't do it, Steve. You're gonna get crushed to death. That's kind of my bad. Maybe not because of the ice. Steve lived. They are turning into fungal. Yeah, we are The Last of Us now. It's also like something I really have, this is going to sound pretentious, but cognitive dissonance over. If I go into a stream that I'm watching that has a lot of viewers and like the stream is just utterly, oh, a lot of lag there, utterly just vitriolic against the streamer, and I'm like, why are you letting them talk to you like that? Because even if you boil streaming down to being a performing monkey, you're not allowed to shout at the performing monkey. And I imagine in most cases it's either that they're making so much money hand over fist that they don't give a rat's ass how they're spoken to, or they feel they have to let chat talk to them however they like, otherwise chat will leave. And it's true, they do. Lord knows I've told enough people off for being assholes that then leave and never come back. Yeah, you don't like that. That's why these days if someone new comes in and it becomes very apparent that they're just interested in arguing, it's just like, just get rid of them. It's fine. Ooh, what is that? I'm very grateful to the people who choose to stay, whether it's long term or short term. I did see somebody say that they, oh yeah, there we go, JC said it came in as a mature person but matured. Well, keep in mind they've been making videos for like 10 years on YouTube now. So you're not the only one who's matured in that time. Like when I started doing YouTube videos, I was working a dead-end retail job. Just out of college. of snipers. Ow, or yes? Oh yeah, I mean, I've said this. We're being a dead horse on this, but I have no idea how to get noticed on Twitch. And I used to know the inner... Oh, right, you're still pissed. I used to know the inner workings of how to make YouTube work for you, and my information's probably so out of date now that it's all wrong. But yeah, I've got no idea how people get big on Twitch. Nor do I particularly want to get particularly large on Twitch. As long as I'm making enough to pay the bills, that's all I'm after. But certainly a minimum level of security would also be nice. But sometimes your intentions are misconstrued, like the person who sent me a long email, I've mentioned this before, a long email with advice for YouTube and Twitch, and one of their things where, yeah, you shouldn't refer to yourself as mature, because that'll make people think that you're arrogant, and that you're calling everyone childish. And I didn't reply to it, but I would have loved to tell them I call myself mature because that's the polite way of saying I'm old. It's nothing to do with intelligence at all. And they just didn't get it. There's different kinds of childish. I'm fine with the occasional fart humor or whatever. I have to be if you have IBS. But when it's used to, like, bully is a bit of a strong word, but treat the streamer badly, that's not okay. Not to me. No, I don't really mean harassment either. I'll use that Valheim example. When we just started playing Valheim, someone came in and started backseeing. They were told, hey, don't backseat. And they're like, no, but that's not what backseating is. What do you mean that's backseating? I wasn't backseating, I was just telling you a button. And I calmly replied to them, if you come into a new streamer's stream, your opinion of what backseating is doesn't matter because you're in their stream. You adhere to their definition of backseating. And if you don't like it, you can leave. And when you first go to a new stream, you have to read the rules. I know that it forces you to read the rules because I went to a couple of new streams recently. You get a little pop-up that has them written on it. Picking up gold nuggets temporarily hurts you. Ha! Finally, my hours of playing this game never picking up gold have paid off. You started watching 12 years ago? So that was way before I could stream. And it's okay not to, like, I'm not saying you should agree with everything the streamer does. You can have a differing opinion. You can choose to do things differently in your own stream or your own YouTube channel. But when you're in their stream, you have to adhere to their rules, and if you don't like them, you can leave. Like I mentioned the other week, like, YouTubers, I've been culling my YouTube subscription list because there's channels I haven't watched for a long time, and there's channels that have just started doing desperation clickbait bullshit. So I was like, nah, this isn't for me. I'm going to unfollow this. I'm not going to leave it as a dead subscription to them because that would be something I hate on my end. So I will unsubscribe. Or if it's a stream I'm watching where I'm like, I don't really like how well, I gave real examples while we were playing Slasher's Keep, like a month ago at this point. Someone whining that their PS5 didn't arrive in time for launch day, so they couldn't stream Demon Souls on launch day, so there was no point in doing it. And they just spent like half an hour whining about how much it mattered to their career. It's like, no, that's not what I want to listen to, I'll go elsewhere. So if someone's listening to me right now being like, I don't want to hear about this person talk about why they failed and why other people are wrong, I'll go elsewhere. That's fine. Just don't make a declarative statement before you go. Let's get a homunculus. Yes, you're right. There's way too many enjoyable things and way too many streamers in general to watch something that you're not finding enjoyable. Now, unfortunately, the whole crux of what I've been talking about with like treating a streamer like dirt is that streamers are people, and sometimes streamers have bad days. Sometimes streamers have more going on in their life than you might realize because you're not their friend, which goes back to the parasocial thing. Like, I really despised during the Overwatch days having literally hundreds of people telling me I was being an asshole while a family member was terminally ill and I didn't want to talk about it. Silent streamers are people. Yes, yes they are. But they're overly familiar with you, so they think they understand, but they're not seeing the whole picture. No, I'm not referring to anything regarding another streamer, no. Although I do know the one you're talking about, but no, I was talking about myself there. But our parasocial relationships just in general, you think you know the person that you've been watching for years, and to a certain extent you do, assuming they aren't putting on a character. But you don't know every facet of their life. Hell, even if you watch the streamer that like literally streams every day of just them walking around a town, that's still not their actual life. And so it can be rough if you have bad stuff going on, or like not bad stuff but still stuff that might lower your mood, like severe back pain for instance. Just pulling something out of thin air that might be affecting your mood, and then someone who doesn't know the context will come in and be like, oh well, the streamer is being a right asshole today. Oh, keeps doing it, huh? Just like realising your teachers are people too, or your parents. It's actually part of the reason I became disillusioned with secondary school, was realising my teachers were just people and not like the deities I'd been worshipping them as a teacher's pet. It's like, oh, I'm pretty sure my French teacher's an alcoholic. I overheard two teachers saying horrible things about the dumb students. It's like, oh, they're people too, and some of them are assholes. Why have I been a dog's body for them? And some teachers don't like some students. There's actually a fairly new episode of The Simpsons about that, where a substitute teacher just doesn't like Lisa. And she doesn't understand why, and then at the end of the episode she finds out it's because the teacher thinks that she gets everything she wants because she's so pretty. You saw your gym teacher necking a bottle of whiskey at 8 AM when you were 12. I'm kind of glad I didn't notice anything like that prior to, like, I must have been 15 or 16, because I left secondary school at 16. Thankfully, then I discovered via a short business course that at college you get treated like an equal, and you get spoken to like an adult. So it's like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted from secondary school that I didn't get. You call your teachers by their name, their first name, they call you by yours. seeing teachers off the clock is eye-opening. That's... I mean, I don't know if this is the literal definition of a parasocial relationship in terms of like teacher and student, but I think it's a good example of kind of how it works with streamer and viewer as well. Like you have an idea of how they are, or how you think you know them super well, and then you don't really. It depends how being a dick is construed, or how it comes across rather. Like if you're just short-tempered with a game, so you insult the game, you're not hurting anybody by doing that, but you might be coming across as being in a foul mood. And then people decide to take... I never understand the stance of defending a game. That's a pet hate of mine, honestly. But if you're being unduly unfair on a game because you're in a bad mood, people will jump to the game's defense, which in turn will make you more annoyed. And then at that point, the thing that started you being in a bad mood is basically lost. Not just Souls games, but yeah, they're a good example. Especially if they have a favourite fan base who know every like nook and cranny. We're gonna die to Baby Yoda. Told you. His name is not Toimaru. His name is Baby Yoda. If you are in a bad mood and you're just using it to be an excuse, or using it as an excuse to be a dick to people, then yes, you're still being a dick in that instance. But different people are affected by bad days differently, obviously. And people have different pet hates as well, obviously, like just saying the pet hate there. I do have a pet hate of people misconstruing either like a facet of my personality or my intentions. Like the one I posted on Twitter the other week there. Finally we got a black hole wand to talk about the game very briefly. I mean, there's another thing that might chase somebody off. That's the first time I've mentioned the game in 23 minutes. I think. Like, I don't want to hear you talking about behind the scenes type stuff. Talk about Noita. There was the one YouTube comment while we were playing this, or actually, where they said that I don't have any attention span. And then they backtracked when I called them out on it, saying, oh no, I just mean when you're playing this, which isn't true. That's why I don't notice the vote most of the time, because I'm so focused on the game. But that was just especially triggering, specifically because, again, the person had no idea that for anybody who has problems with anxiety, you'd kill to be able to easily distract yourself from something. Because usually anxiety spikes because you can't focus on anything else. Well, actually, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but that's how it is for me. And I would kill to be able to just distract myself instantly. So I'm not doing a speedrun. I'm pretending to play the game while I talk to chat. And that is also another thing that can affect your mood as well. Again, especially if you can't distract yourself. I enjoy, okay, I like when it comes up diegetic. Is that the word I'm looking for? Does that mean naturally? Why didn't I just say naturally? I like when it comes up naturally. I don't like trying to force a conversation that gets inside baseball. Like, ow. Yeah, chat's just pretending to try and kill me. It was just a joke. I don't think I can get through that. Go. Aha! I don't remember if I've ever spoken about this on stream. I've definitely talked about it in Discord. I don't think I've ever mentioned it on stream, but I might be wrong. But the worst in terms of like most annoyed I've ever got at seeing someone bitch about me and being so off the mark is regarding disliking a character in Overwatch, of all things. Like, because apparently that's enough measure of a man, if you know their opinion on a character in Overwatch, to judge their entire character as a human being. And someone said, oh, Flick doesn't like so-and-so. I don't even remember what it was. Or Flick hates this character. Again, I don't remember the specifics of which character it was, because who cares, it's just Overwatch. And then this person replied, Flick just hates. Full stop. As if they knew anything about me, as if they knew my character well enough to judge me based on my opinion on a video game. What the... I don't remember if it was Tracer or not, but I like Tracer. Although I guess at the time it may have been a different opinion, because she did change a little bit. But either way, it doesn't. The point is, they decided to presume that I just hate everything because I dislike a character they like, because it makes them feel better about themselves if they judge my character to be that poor compared to themselves. And they felt it acceptable to do so because, one, I disagreed with them, presumably, and I never spoke to them. And two, because they were so high and mighty about feeling that they were right. I mean, the only thing they were right about is that I definitely hated them after reading that. But, being a functional adult, I just blocked them and moved on, and then mentioned it once in Discord and now once here. Years later, as a story to tell about someone who was so socially maladjusted, they thought it acceptable to say that about me based on my video game opinion. I'm stuck in the water, I'm frozen. Oh, no, get out, get out. We do what we must because we can. I did see, I know about the Stratus guy being hired against Workshop. They couldn't have done that when he lost his YouTube channel to it being hacked for like half a year. Give people a mask and you'll see who they really are. Is that from The Purge? Either way, it's kind of true. Why for the most part I just keep my opinions to myself unless it's about video games, which still gets me in trouble for the record. But at least in those instances I can just tell myself, well, if they're mad about my opinion on a video game, that's their problem. Or if we do talk about real life stuff, we save it for Saturdays when nobody's watching anyway. I think sometimes people just need stuff to be mad at, and that might be a little bit of what's going on here, I don't know. Maybe my back hurts so I want to moan about people who've read me wrong over the years. It could be, I don't know. There's some real weirdos on the internet. KK Tanky. His name is Tanky. Oh, Hello, please don't be a mimic. Thanks. I don't know why that was there. Yes, video game people are a passionate lot, let's say. Sometimes people do need to vent, yes, except, again, because streamers are actual people, they're human beings with feelings and lives, they should not be the focus of your venting. But sometimes they are. But if someone was like an asshole and then on their unbanned message they like put in, hey, sorry, I was having a really bad day, I didn't mean to take it out on you, can you please unban me? My answer would still be absolutely not, you weirdo. Because at the time you found it acceptable what you were doing. It's not like you were stoned, or even if you were stoned or drunk, it's still no way to treat a human being. Oh, thank you. That kind of helped. The only people I talk to that I used to stream with are the ones that are still here. Some I parted ways with by my choice, some by their choice. And some because it turns out they were racist. But also, honestly, they were just really annoying. The racism was a good excuse to get rid of them. No, apologising means that they want back in your chat. It doesn't mean they regret what they said, because they wouldn't have said it. But I also don't forgive people easily, so this is, I'm not giving you advice. Nothing I've said today is advice. Don't take it as advice, I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Someone put in their unbanned message to you, you got 5 years, what's the point? That is indeed the type of thing I'm talking about. No, they were not racist. I don't remember the name of the person who was. They were the one that never shut up. Like, I genuinely don't remember their name. I'm actually sitting here trying to remember. No, I do not remember. You banned someone yesterday because they walked in asking about cooking meth. I mean, in some of these instances, it's probably just kids looking to get banned because they think it's funny. I imagine that's more and more prevalent these days. Can't remember me and a few friends sitting around a PC when we were super young, early days of the internet, just going into the chat room and saying dumbass things just to get a rise out of people. Like, that hasn't gone away. People will do that still today. Hello, Baby Yoda. The count was 30 minutes old. Yeah, it was a throwaway then. Like when I banned somebody for spamming the same thing over and over while I was playing Suikoden 2. They made like 2 more accounts just to spam. I will say I don't think it's a coincidence that the people who have stuck around and still continue to play games with me today are the ones that also act in a mature manner. And in this case I don't mean mature as in old men. I mean, like, we can disagree and have conversations that don't feel like I'm talking to my kid. No, Suikoden 2 was not finished on stream. I had to fit other games in, and then I haven't really found the time to go back. I keep putting it in the Sunday stream poll, but it's a stiff competition with Dark Souls and RimWorld and Barrel Trauma and whatnot. We will be switching over soon instantly. A couple more runs stops. Yes, like Valinor with the smooth walls. Even though that's definitely some kind of issue we need to work through with them. Oh. Ow. Also, I'm still on fire. Well, this is... I didn't even get to pick an upgrade. No, I don't think there's any good ones. Ooh, thank you. Faster ones.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to mention that on Sunday's stream, that, well, one, people can't seem to vote for Barrel Trauma for whatever reason, and two, even with like less subs, it feels like there was less votes than normal, implying a lot of people were having trouble voting. I don't know what's up with it. I haven't changed anything, so it's on straw polls end, if anything. I've been talking too impassionately for too long. I need to look out some kind of throat sweep. These little ones I'll have to do in the meantime. Oh yeah, I saw Shady joke about him being mature because he's like 5 years old, etc. There are certain things I still won't do just because I want to maintain the friendships I have that still exist. Although thankfully I think the people who are still here are better than this, but too many times back in the day where I'd just walk in and see people I thought were my friends letting their stream shit all over me because they didn't want to lose the viewership by telling them... Well, I mean, I assume this is the reason, because why else would you let people do that instead of saying, hey, that's my friend, don't talk shit, that's rude. Which seems like the normal human reaction to that, but I don't know. Or they agreed with everything being said, I guess that's the other option. But I still don't go into anybody's stream for that reason. I've been hurt too many times before by doing that. And I'm sorry that I don't. I would love to support you like you support me, but I can't. It's been burned too many times. But if you act in a normal human manner and like tell people not to shit on your friends in front of them, like that's some kind of like socially acceptable thing, then you're already doing a hell of a lot more than some people did. Farts. It's too real. We are also about to die and swap over, I think. It would be nice making it through Oh, we're not making it through here. Oh, maybe. You think you know the story behind it, but I don't think you do. Because it's not like it was a singular incident.
Ooh.
And and you didn't read everything that they were letting fly in their chat. Someone literally said they would kill me, for instance. If they were given the opportunity. They were also mentally unstable as far as I'm aware, but that doesn't excuse threatening me like... But, you know, whatever. Two sides to every story, I'm sure. Some people are just built wrong. Oh hey, I made it through half base. I wasn't even paying attention. In a good way, I mean. I was focusing on what I was saying. In fact, we made it through the jungle. Well, that's the thing, yeah, it's okay to make fun of your friends because they're your friends and they understand you're joking. Some people think it's okay to make fun of the streamer because they're like, oh, well, they're my friends, so they understand I'm joking. But in a parasocial relationship, you're not their enemy. You're not just an acquaintance. You're something between friend and acquaintance. But that doesn't mean it's okay for you to also join in on the, you know, the shit talking. Thank you for the bits. I made it this far a couple of times at most. I have the 2 starter ones and nothing else. How the hell did I get down here? I don't even have room for anything. Like, as much as I was saying earlier, I was focusing on gameplay. I was focusing on fight by fight and just living. I wasn't focusing on like how far we'd gone. You completed the 20-minute arcane ritual to get your Wi-Fi to work. Good. It's not going to be much longer. I don't have anything to defend myself in this area. What the? I still haven't even seen all the enemies that exist in this area. Oh yeah, you did also help for sure. Oh, thank you for spread the love. It's a nice sentiment in general, unless you have an STD, in which case it's very bad. Don't do it. Why am I still taking damage? Oh, I'm not now. Okay. I have... can I break these pipes? I don't think I can. Traversing this area without a teleport is so difficult. What on earth are you doing? Not a mimic? Ooh, wow. Don't know why that had so much stuff in it. No, I've only got to the last boss once. Honestly, this is mostly just exists for Twitch to vote on things. While I talk. I almost killed the boss in the one time I got to it though. If I get there this time, I'm definitely not doing it. Unless it scales based on the ones you come to the fight with, of course. Well, that could help. Thank you, Pixel. I don't think money is going to solve this run. But I do appreciate it. Lava to blood? That's not so bad. And then if we put crit plus on this... Intense concentrated light. It is money equals power. Yeah, more roguelikes need Twitch integration. Deep Rock needs Twitch integration. Other than the commands fail and types in. Ooh, that could be good.
Oh look, the tavern's
The tavern's on fire.
The tavern's on fire! Fire! Fire!
Thank you, Serenity. We can do it on Isaac if I play the expansion. Like, will this be a one run, etc. Is that destroyable? Kinda. Oh, ducks! Duck project. Ah, for goodness sake. I haven't been to this area very much. All projectiles are ducks and all ducks are projectiles. Ooh. Cause of death. What? They were charmed. Why did they hurt me? I guess their aura still hurts you. It must just be because they're aura, because look, you can still see they're charmed. Well, that was a good run though, especially because I didn't have any new ones until the jungle, or after the jungle. And we talked about some good stuff.